Hello and welcome back to the Courageous Nerd YouTube channel for another interview. I'm Connor and joining me today is actor Hunter Payton Mendoza. We chatted about his new film A Genie's Tail as well as his guest roles on television series such as Raven's Home, Criminal Minds and LA's Finest. If you enjoyed this interview or any of the others on the channel, please be sure to like and subscribe. Great, so welcome and thank you for taking the time to do this.
Yeah, of course.
Great, and obviously, you're a young actor with a growing career, but how did you first get started out in the industry?
I started when I was about 6, actually. I remember I went to a fairgrounds and I was just
Mm.
like messing around, just having fun dancing. And this one person who had like this acting studio was like, "Hey, do you want to maybe come to the acting studio, see what's up? Yeah, we'll give you a free class. If you like it, you like it." I was like, "Sure." So we went there and I've ended up loving it ever since. So yeah.
Right, and I guess to what extent has the pandemic affected your plans for 2020?
Honestly, it's mainly affected things like going out to events, things like that, and
Sure,
like
okay.
filming's really rough because every audition that I've gone to, they're either gonna film it whenever they get the chance, or like it's gonna be like years and years later. So
Mm.
it's really rough because acting has taken such a slow turn now.
Yeah,
And on top of that, things like I was gonna be a scare actor this year, like going through horror mazes for Halloween,
right,
and
okay.
that got canceled, obviously. So that kind of sucks, but yeah.
Mm. Right, and I guess out of everyone you've worked with, who would you say has inspired you the most?
Who's inspired me the most? Honestly, when I worked with on Genie's Tail, when I worked with the Farley brothers,
Yeah,
such nice people. Oh my goodness. They were one of the funniest people on set I've ever met. And they just had this like drive to just like, oh, I messed up that take. Let's do it again. Oh, the filming was messed up. Let's do it again. It's completely fine. Let's just do this. And I liked their motivation, really. It was really cool.
right, and you've given me a nice segue there into the next question, because obviously you mentioned the Genie's Tale, so what can you tell us about that project and your character in it?
Well, the Genies Tail, it's a super like family friendly movie. It's with Laura Morano, Jake Paul, the Farley brothers, as I mentioned before, and
Mm.
it's kind of about this these two kids finding this genie lamp, and
Yeah.
the genie kind of takes control of their dog a little bit. So it's kind of like this crazy adventure of what they go through. And me, I am the bully. I'm the evil one. So I'm
Right.
trying to mess with the genie, get out of it what I want. And yeah, it's just a really fun movie. A lot of comedy. It's fun.
Yeah, and obviously you just mentioned Jake Paul, Laura Morano. How was your experience of working with them?
They were so nice. Jake
Mm.
Paul is super like down to earth and quiet on set. Like he's so kind on set. And Lauren
Yeah.
Rana was just a total sweetheart. She's so nice. But they were both really awesome to work with. Like they were really cool people.
Yeah, and I guess what are you most looking forward to about the film coming out?
I'm really looking forward to seeing there's a certain scene I can't say too much about, but
Sure.
it's really goofy because I actually learned skateboarding just for the movie.
Right.
But it's a really goofy scene where I'm getting chased, and I really want to see how that turned out because I didn't get the chance to see the final cut of it. But it's really goofy and funny, and I just really want to see that scene.
Right. And just from doing some reading up on you before doing this interview, I saw that you've also done television. You're on Raven's Home. So how was your experience of being on a Disney Channel show?
It was awesome. We had this all the people on set, like the main actors and all that, and the people I
Yeah.
like the co-stars I was with were so cool. They were so chill. We were just all relaxed making jokes on set. But how they film is really cool because we record everything first and go through with it, and then we do the audience recording. And the
Sure.
audience recording is only in front of like one set piece. So
Mm.
all our scenes there are the only ones that the audience really sees, which was
Right.
really cool because we did all the filming like 3 days beforehand, and then it was like this big, oh, everyone get ready, here comes everybody. We go in and we just do the whole film, and it was really fun.
Right, and I guess unless I'm wrong, I believe we're only 16, is it?
Yeah, it was 16.
Yeah. So how familiar were you with That's So Raven or Corey in the House, which are like the
Oh,
precursors to Raven's
I
House?
loved Corey in the House.
Right.
Corey in the House was like my stick. I loved Corey in the House, and I don't know. That was like because they had a lot of reruns of it, like while I was, watching Disney Channel,
Yeah.
and that was such a good show. And it kind of became a meme a while ago.
Yeah, it did.
Everyone
Yeah.
loved because of how good of a show it was. So I'm kind of like I was familiar with that world a little bit.
Right. And kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, you've been on shows like Criminal Minds and LA's Finest. So I guess you prefer doing drama or comedy.
Yeah, it's a lot of two extremes. It's either like I am crying or I'm like making a silly joke. It's kind of like very two extremes, but it's
Sure.
fun.
Right. And again, just doing some reading up, I saw you won the award for Best Minor in a Lead Role at the Malibu Film Festival for Father's Day Breakfast. And I guess what did that accomplishment mean to you?
It meant a lot because obviously when you're first filming it, you don't think of, oh, this might get me an award later on. You don't really think of that.
Yeah.
How I approach a lot of my acting roles is it's very in the moment. Like it's very like last minute during a scene, I will make a choice, and I
Mm.
usually tell like my co-stars I might make a choice, just go with it because it feels natural. And a lot of the times, those are the scenes we use because it just comes out natural. So when I was Father's Day Breakfast was a very emotional film because it was about a deaf father and having to deal with that kind of attachment because it was
Yeah.
set in 1980s, I think, and it was just a very one-on-one, like trying to seek my father's approval to go to this breakfast at school, but he didn't want to feel pity for him. So it was a very like emotional, and the actor who played the deaf father is actually deaf in real life. So I had to learn
Right.
some sign language to communicate with him.
Yeah.
But it was a really good movie. I love that movie. That's probably one of my favorites I've ever done.
Yeah. I mean, just kind of going off what you said about the actor being deaf, like how important do you think that element of authenticity was as opposed to having an actor playing deaf?
I think it was really important because there was a lot of parts in the movie that wouldn't have worked. Like I made a lot of split decisions to kind of like even myself, I kind of first day of filming, I kind of forgot he was deaf,
Yeah.
but it made it a lot more personable because when I was sitting with him, and I remember this, we were because obviously on set you want to build chemistry so that's more realistic. We were
Yeah.
just sitting on a swing together, and I barely knew any sign language at all. And the way we
Right.
communicated was just playing rock paper scissors. Like I
Mm.
just want we built that like bond kind of by doing rock paper scissors, just laughing about it, like the inconsistencies, getting the same things. It was fun. It was a very different experience if he wasn't really deaf, and I think it would have been a less authentic experience.
Yeah. And I suppose away from acting, like what kind of other hobbies do you enjoy?
I love doing parkour.
Right.
I do that all the time, actually. Like I recently, because obviously with the virus and everything like that, I can't really go out
Mm.
to the normal spots that I do. So I
Yeah.
found this wall on my property that's probably like twice my height, and I've been practicing flips off of that, like
Mm.
onto ground and things like that. And I've just been kind of really focusing on myself for like working out and parkour, things like that. And it's been going really good. I've been improving a lot, and I can't wait for when the gyms open back up and stuff to just try crazy stuff.
Yeah, and this is actually the last question I've got, and kind of going for what you were saying with the pandemic, and maybe I'll ask it slightly differently. So, like, what advice would you give to like people around your age who are living through the pandemic right now?
I would give the advice to take this opportunity because a lot of
Right.
people are saying that like this they're bored, they don't know what to do, this is scary. I've taken this time to better myself
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, like focusing on working out, finding new hobbies. I would say take this time to reflect while you have this time to think about yourself, think about what do I want to change, what do I need to change, and who do I want to be after this is all over. And I would say just take that time because you have the time now to just focus on those aspects of yourself and make yourself feel better.